Welcome to my channel. This is Wendy as Wendy in Neverland. As you can see, I am ready for Halloween. So happy Halloween, y'all. This channel, we try to stick mostly with cross-stitch items, subjects, but I throw in some personal things of what I've been doing. Yeah, that's kind of how I do it. I label it more as a vlog, so welcome. I'm so glad you're here. Thank you for all the new subscribers that I have. It's wonderful to see y'all and have y'all come and visit me. Getting back to my Halloween stuff. This is as dressed up as I'm going to get. We're not going anywhere. We're not doing anything for Halloween except for waiting for trick-or-treaters to come to our door. So this is as far as I'm going to dress up. This is it. That's all you get, folks. So thought I would have something fun in this video and wear it. So let's get into some things. Related to Halloween, I did do a couple of pumpkins. In my last video, I showed you the video of me at the pumpkin patch, and I did decorate those pumpkins. For the most part, I didn't carve them. I just decorated the outside of them because I wanted something simple, quick and easy, not too much fuss with them. So I will insert the video of what those look like now, hopefully. Yeah, I try to do something a little different each year. I think I have done the mummy one twice, slightly different ideas of how I've done them, but this first time I did Frankenstein. Oh, Frankie out there. He's fun and cute, and most of that was the eyes and the mouth and everything was just a kit from the dollar store. It's just little plastic pieces that you poke into him. So very, very simple. The rest of it I got in other places. So it's just cute. I've always wanted to do Frankie, and now I have. Other things related to my world, my life. I'm going to insert some video of something I did a couple weeks ago. The last video, I had mentioned the rain is here, and it's probably here for the rest of the year and into spring and never stopping and all that kind of stuff. And the weather has decided to lie to me. It's sunny, it's cold, and what I mean by cold is it's like in the 40s. It might get up into the upper 50s today. I'm not exactly sure what the high is supposed to be. It feels cold right now because the wind is blowing, so it feels colder than the actual temperature is. But yeah, it's going to be sunny all week, or it has been sunny all week, and I don't know when it's supposed to rain again, so but last time when I did my pumpkin stuff, I had also gone to Japanese gardens. And this is in Portland. It's actually by our zoo. It's just down the hill from the zoo. It's a wonderful, quiet place. It's beautiful. Each season has its own look and distinctiveness to it. So obviously we're going to have a lot more fall. In the spring, there are lots and lots of irises growing around the pond area. So it's really, really pretty. And also the spring flowers on the trees, like cherry blossoms or other trees that bloom similar to that. So it was a beautiful day. It was warm enough. It was sunny. It was gorgeous. There's actually an area where you get a great view of downtown Portland with Mount Hood in the background from up there. You used to have a really good view of that from the rose gardens, which are just down the hill from that, but now the trees have grown up, and so it blocks a lot of that. But up there in the Japanese gardens, it's gorgeous. It was a really pretty view. So I am going to show you that. It's about a 12-acre piece of land that they've put this garden in. There are several different areas. but we'll show you as much as I feel like I can put in without it being too long. Because it was such a nice day, and I think a lot of people had the same idea of that it is probably going to be one of the last nice days, that there were a lot of people. I've never been there with that many people there before. I waited in line just to get in through the gate for 25 minutes. That's how many people were there. Now, granted, they only had like 2 people taking money, the admission, but still, it was a long, long line for that, and a lot of people. So anyway, I will insert those, and hopefully you will enjoy that. hope you enjoyed that. I hope that it was soothing and beautiful to look at. And if it's not something you like, you just could skip past it. No big deal. Let's get to, I have one finish, actual finish from this last 2 weeks. I've been working on other stuff, so it's not going as quickly. So my finish is my Satsuma Street. It's little baddie. And yes, he is supposed to be upside down. Cover my face while I do this. He looks like he has ears, doesn't he? So yeah, finished him. He's all so cute. And yes, as I mentioned, I did have to fill in all the black between his little wings, make it fill in nicely. Again, I did beads for the hanger. These beads, the beads that came with this were the silver ones and a couple of black ones. So there are some black ones. Wherever the sequence is, there's black beads on those. They did not give you a lot of extras. So I pulled down my beads and just used my own. So I wasn't able to use any of the beads that came with the kit to make my little hanger. So he's the last thing I will hang on my tree back there to go with the other ones. In a couple videos ago, I did a video from Buttermilk Basin, showed you a bunch of the store, but I also showed you some things I had gotten. And one of them was a pumpkin ornament. So he's not going to get done for this year. He'll have to wait for next year to go on the tree. So anyway, that was my really the only true finish that I hadn't even really shown you any part of a finish for that. The other thing that I did that I called a finish last time, so that's why I'm not calling it a finish this time, is I finished my Mr. and Mrs. Delicious. So I had finished sewing it. I had made it into a pillow. I was just kind of almost finished putting the trim around the edge. And so I finished up the trim, and then I finished how I wanted it to look in the pan that I'm going to use. So I'm going to show you that now. It's so cute. So yes, I have Mr. and Mrs. Delicious in there now. I had this, if you watched the Pixie Dust Stitchers, I've had this for probably 6 months. So you would have seen that already if you watched that. So what I did was I took, I'll kind of turn it around. I took some of this Spanish moss kind of stuff. Everything I got to put in this pan besides my Mr. and Mrs. Delicious, I got at the dollar store. So it was nice and cheap. Didn't cost a lot. So they had some of the Spanish moss. They had kind of like a garland with leaves on it, as well as some other things in the front. And I just cut those off so I could put them in. So I kind of put the leaves in the back to cover up the Spanish moss. And then they had the pumpkin, they had the acorn, they had these little berries. All of those were on the garland as well. And I just cut those off or pulled them off. The little balls, the little wooden balls, they came 4 to a pack. So they were also at the dollar store as a 4-pack. So I put the Spanish moss in there to give it a little bit of height, so they weren't just sitting so far down that you couldn't even read the Mr. and Mrs. Delicious or see the bottom stitched parts. So that gave it a little bit of height, put a little bit of the leaves on there to cover a little bit of the Spanish moss. I just didn't want it to look all brown. And then I added a little bit in the back so the pillows had something to lean against. Otherwise, I wasn't sure I was going to stick them up so you could see them. But yeah, really cute. I love the way it turned out. So there's that. Let me set this over here. All right. Some whips that I'm working on. My witchy-washy. I didn't get a lot done on this because I've been working on other things, not necessarily stitching related. And then my other whip, you're going to see, it's taken up a lot of time as well. So my witchy-washy, really the only thing I got done were the socks. They're really cute. I like the socks. But yeah, that's about all I got done. I did do a little bit of the clothesline, came across, but really the main part was the socks. So I'll just keep plugging away. Obviously, it's not going to be done for this Halloween, but that's okay. That's okay. It's just something to work on while I'm working on some other big stuff. Now, the other big item that I was working on, and I mentioned that I might pick this up, and sure enough, I did, was my hay. I will try to insert a little video here of what it looked like when I picked it back up. When I picked it back up, I had up to here. So I had all of this done. So I had 2 out of the 4 shelves. So I am going to come back up and I go across. I go across, 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 across. And that's how I work. So I do not park. I just start and stop wherever, you know, kind of depends. Sometimes I go cross country depending on how much of that one particular color is, but it changes color so many times that, you know, that confetti, I don't even want to try to attempt the parking thing, and it's just easier for me. Then I don't have threads dangling all over the place. I'd rather just start and stop. So I am getting right up in here. This is where I'm going to show you what I have done. So hopefully I've got the insert for what I have done. And it's on a big giant frame, so I will have to show you probably just what I am working on. So you can see that this section here is right here. It's about 2 squares high, so about 20 squares high, and I did go over quite a ways. You can see I've got it gridded so you can see how much I've done. But yeah, it's getting there. It's getting there. It takes, as everybody knows, whenever you do heights and whatnot, that it takes a good long time to do this. And this is a big piece. It's not one of the minis. So what I'm working on, I got the bottom part of her dress, obviously the bottom part of this candle, and I'm about to work on this urn because I've got some of the black part around the bottom of it already done. So the urn is what's probably the next thing I will be working on that. And then moving on to the gal's dress some more. So that takes up a lot of time. I think I normally don't count stitches. I do mark down. I do have some way of keeping track of what I work on each day, but I don't count the stitches. With the Haid, I'm trying to count the stitches so that I can keep track of how much, because it seems like you're not really progressing very quickly because there's so much, it's so big. So I wanted to kind of keep track that way. So I believe that it comes out. Now there's a few days that I didn't stitch, but I'm still counting those from the time I picked it up until the time I have stopped. I'm counting all the days, whether I stitched or not. And I think it averages out to 125 per day. So that's kind of how much I've got. So it's still going. I'm getting stuff done. So let's move on to things that I have purchased. So the first one is just more of a fun thing, not really stitchy related, but isn't he adorable? Got a metal piece, and then there's just paint for the acorn top. So cute, so cute. So I'll have him out for the rest of the Halloween stuff. I'll have him with there, but he will also just stay out for the fall, like for Thanksgiving kind of look. Very cute. I got him like at Home Goods or something like that, one of those discount stores, so like $6. He was awesome. So he's cute. Stitching related, something else that I have got. What can it be? What can it be? You may already know, some of you. So it slides out. Got this lovely. I did get this at Acorns and Threads. I'm sure you could get it other places, but it wasn't that expensive for what you get. It was not spendy. This is what it is. Are those fantastic? I love them. So you've got, let me pull the scissors. Very pretty. Very nice design to them. Put that up there so you can hopefully focus better. Very, very pretty. So it kind of almost looks like birds at the top. It's not. It's just squirrel. Okay. Then the other thing that it comes with, this measuring tape. So I can carry a nice measuring tape around in my purse if I need to find a specific size for something, like when I'm looking for frames and I'm looking in thrift stores or whatnot and I need to measure. That's a really good thing to have. So they, the last time I was up at Acorns, I think I saw one more. Like I said, I'm sure you could get them in other places as well, but for both of these, it was $21. It wasn't too bad. So, I mean, think about if you get a nice pair of scissors, how much you're going to pay just for those. And then this came with a little tape measure as well to match it. Very pretty. Very, very nice. So that is what I got there with that. The other things that I got is I've gotten some more threads and fabric and stuff for some projects I'm going to do, so I'm not going to show you those. But I got some patterns. They're all from the same designer, and the reason that I got them is because when I was looking through Instagram, Michelle from Farm Girl Loves Goats had shown a post of this. She had just, it's from the person who had stitched it. She hadn't actually done it. And they had tweaked it a little bit. So this was the thing that she showed, and what they had done is they had taken all of the web, and then there's beads. Well, I think they tell you to do French knots, but they had put beads down here, and what they had done is they'd use glow-in-the-dark everything for that. So glow-in-the-dark thread for the web and the glow-in-the-dark beads. So they normally look more clear beads, but they were glow-in-the-dark ones when the lights went out. I really, because they showed both pictures, they showed it plain like this so that it was all, it was daytime, and then they turned the lights off and they showed it where they were glowing in the dark, and I just fell in love with them. They were awesome. Great stuff. So found out who the designer was, and I went and got me some. This was the designer. I'll show you at the bottom here, because I think she's Russian. I mean, it comes out in English, the stuff, but so Irina is her first name. I'm not even try the last name. It's just downloadable patterns. It's not something that you order and get. Okay, it's not a pre-done pattern. They do give you the option once it's down to download a color version or a black and white version. I chose the color just because that way I don't mind color. I know some people it really, really bothers them, but it doesn't bother me. So while I was there looking at that, I found some more. And because it's like a little jar, little tiny jar. And I thought I would like to have more to either go with it or I don't know. I'm not sure exactly how I'll do it together. But I got a few more. So I got this one. And I'm probably going to do the same type of thing with glow in the dark. Maybe just the outlining and the strings that hang down. I'll use glow in the dark and use just the normal colors to fill in. So I got that. And then again, I will probably use some glow in the dark something for that. I think that'd be really cute. So those are the ones that I'll kind of adapt for the glow in the dark type stuff. The other ones I got just because I liked them and they were different season type of looks. So I can have these little bottles out all the time. So I got this, which is a little crane with like cherry blossoms. Very nice. Then I got this, because not only is it kind of springy, summery kind of look, but if we drive into, we live about 15 minutes outside of Newberg, Oregon, and if we drive in early enough in the morning, they launch hot air balloons there. And it is so cool to come around the corner as you're driving and see the balloons in the air. So I got that because it reminds me of that. And then also one more spring type of look. I'm kind of considering it more springy. Very cute to go with my other things. So those are the patterns I got. Yeah, they weren't that expensive. Some of them were on sale, so they came out to like $3.40 or $3 something, and the other ones that were full price were like $4. So it wasn't a ton of money to get all of those. So I went ahead and did it. I think that's about it for now. Hopefully I will have this all up either Wednesday before Halloween or on Halloween, so you're not seeing all this craziness and wondering, what? She lost her mind? No, it's just fun. I like to bring little fun things to the videos for y'all, whether I'm singing, dressing up, whatever. It just makes it more fun instead of seeing this mug without any fanciness to it. Anyway, I hope you're having a great, great week. Hopefully the weather's not too terrible around you. I know I see Colorado's getting hit by snow already. So hopefully you're having a good week. You're having a good Halloween for those of you who do stuff for Halloween. And with that, I think I will send off goodbye and that you have a good week. And thank you, thank you, thank you again for all those of you who have subscribed to my channel and watched. See you later.